Hello, welcome to Storytime. My name's Josh. Thank you so much for being here. Hope you're excited and ready for another story today. We're going to be reading Mr. Sneeze from the Mr. Men Library. All right. Exciting. Hope you're comfortable, ready to go, because we're about to delve into story time. Let's go. This is Cold Land, which is a country somewhere near the North Pole. The weather in Cold Land is winter all the time. When it isn't snowing, it's freezing, and when it isn't freezing, it's snowing. So you can imagine how cold it is. Because it's so cold in Cold Land, everybody who lives there is cold as well. You can tell if somebody comes from Cold Land because everybody there has a red nose. And people in Cold Land aren't the only ones with red noses. In Cold Land, you can see red-nosed dogs chasing red-nosed cats, chasing red-nosed mice. In Cold Land, you can see even red-nosed elephants. Look at that. The trunk is red there on the end. Wow. And what you hear most of the time in Cold Land is a noise that sounds like this. The sound of the sneeze is very common indeed in Cold Land, which is not very surprising, is it? Achoo! Oh, that's what it says there on this. It's like achoo. That's funny because it's kind of like you're asking for a tissue when you sneeze, right? Yeah. This is the story of Mr. Sneeze, who lived in a small, snow-covered cottage in Shivertown, the capital of Cold Land. Every morning, Mr. Sneeze woke up, sneezed, got up, sneezed, got dressed, sneezed, went downstairs, sneezed, ate his breakfast, sneezed, and went to work. What do you think? Still sneezing. Yes. I don't like this sneezing all the time, he thought to himself every day, until one day he decided to leave Cold Land and try to find a cure for his sneezes. He's going on a big adventure. You can see if you look up close, and trekking along all through. To find a new land. Maybe you might find hot land or something. Warm land. Cozy weather land. So that very same day, Mr. Sneeze packed the things he'd need for his journey. Mainly handkerchiefs. Sneezed, locked his front door, sneezed, and set off. He walked and sneezed and walked his way across Cold Land. And then he sneezed and walked and sneezed for days and days, until Cold Land was far behind. As he walked away from Cold Land, he noticed that there was less and less snow, and eventually he walked so far that there was no snow at all. As he walked, he noticed something else. He wasn't walking and sneezing. He was walking and walking. For the first time in his life, he wasn't sneezing. Not at all, not for a bit. Not even the tiniest tissue. There's Mr. Sneeze all happy there. Happy, happy, happy. I wonder why I'm not sneezing, he thought to himself. Because he must have thought this thought out loud to himself, because a voice behind him replied, "You're not sneezing because you haven't got a cold." Mr. Sneeze jumped, turned, and there behind him stood a wise old wizard. Get the wizard there. Well, there you go. The wise wizard. "What's a cold?" asked Mr. Sneeze. "A cold is what you catch when you're too cold," said the wise old wizard wisely. "Oh," said Mr. Sneeze, "but I come from a country called Cold Land, where everybody is too cold all the time." "Nonsense," snorted the wizard. "I can't be too cold all the time because of the sun." And he pointed to the sun, which was smiling in the sky. "But we don't have any sun in Cold Land," said Mr. Sneeze. "No sun?" exclaimed the wizard. "How extremely, extraordinarily extraordinary! We'd better do something about that then, hadn't we?" "Yes," agreed Mr. Sneeze, not quite knowing what the wizard was talking about. How extremely, extraordinarily extraordinary. That's a little tongue twister for you there. How far away is this place called Coldland? Asked the wizard. Oh, it's miles and miles away, replied Mr. Sneeze. In which direction? Asked the wizard. Mr. Sneeze pointed. Shouldn't take long, said the wizard, who then waved his wand and muttered some magic words, which wouldn't be magic if we told you they were. Told you what they were, sorry. Oh, wow, so you can't know the magical spell because it's a secret. Or it wouldn't be magic. Wonder if he's going to teleport them there or something. Whatever those magic words were, they worked. Before you could say sneeze, both the wizard and Mr. Sneeze were transported to Shiver Town, which you will remember is the capital of Coldland. As usual, it was snowing. I say, this is a cold, gloomy place, said the wizard. Achoo! Replied Mr. Sneeze, who had started sneezing again. Uh-oh. Coldland certainly needs some sunshine, said the wizard, and that's going to take some rather special magic. Please hurry up, said Mr. Sneeze, who was rapidly turning into a snowman. A little snow on him there. Now, said the wizard, ignoring him, I'm going to say some magic words and I want you to sneeze 3 times immediately afterwards. Here we go. The wise old wizard then held up his magic wand and muttered some more magic words, which again wouldn't be magic if we told you what they were. Achoo! 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 Sneezed Mr. Sneeze. Then suddenly, as if by magic, which indeed it was, the sun came out from behind the big black clouds, and it stopped snowing. There's the smiling sun peeping through the clouds there. There now, said the wizard. That should stop the sneezing. And then after muttering some more magic words, and without waiting even to say goodbye, he disappeared. Mr. Sneeze just stood there in the sunshine, watching the snow begin to melt. Look at that. Stop sneezing, big smile, sun's out. After that, the sun shone every day, and today Coldland isn't anything like it used to be. You can't see red-nosed dogs chasing red-nosed cats, chasing red-nosed mice anymore. And these days, the sound of the sneeze is a very uncommon sound indeed. And even Mr. Sneeze doesn't sneeze anymore. He might need to change his name to just Mr. Breathe. I don't know. And that isn't the only thing different about Mr. Sneeze, as he discovered himself when he looked in the mirror in the morning. Can you see what was different about Mr. Sneeze? Do you think it might be his nose? Hey, look. It happened one other time too. See if you can find the page where that was. Oh, let's see. Is it going to be, do you think, when he leaves Coldland and he doesn't sneeze anymore? Yeah? Let's find out. We're going to go back and find this. Look, his nose looks fine there with the wizard, and that was when they were going to go back to Coldland. So let's see. So he's still got a red nose at this point here when he leaves Coldland, and he gets to out here where there's no snow anymore. He walks so far that the snow all disappeared and the sun was out. Red nose, wizard meets him. Sun's out. Wizard helps him. No red nose now. Ooh, but goes back to Coldland and ends up with a red nose again, does he not, when it's cold? But then the wizard does his magic, brings the sun out. His nose is still a little bit red there because he's still a little bit cold, melting the snow away. And then there he is. No red nose anymore, no sneezing. And that's the end of the book. Well, that was lots of fun. Thank you so much for reading the book today. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll be back again soon with another story. Bye for now, but not forever. And if you like these stories, don't forget to subscribe. Then you can read these stories whenever you want. Bye. Thank you.